Yeah, you know, they're obviously they're playing well. They're undefeated. The their rebounding has just been unbelievable. I think out rebounding teams by 14 a game. Um, you know, and that's with a small point guard. So it says a lot about their frontline guys. But their Sterling Brown, who plays the wing for them, is a big physical wing guy that likes to rebound. Really rebounds like an interior post guy, along with their post guys that are all very effective rebounders. So the biggest key for us, though, I think, is going to be our is taking care of the ball. When we take care of the ball against SMU, we've had success on offense. But we've really struggled with turnovers last year in the first half of both of those games. We had 19 points here and 20 points there. We had almost as many turnovers as points. When we settled down and adjusted to the way they defend and we got shots off, we shot 57 and 58% and won both games. So we've been able to hang in there defensively. You know, that they're always extremely high-scoring team. I believe they lead our conference right now, do they, in scoring? And we've been able to defend them. But a big part of that is not turning a ball over or taking what I would call a shooting turnover, and let them go run down and get a layup. So when you play a team that's not going to give you easy baskets, you can't give them easy baskets because they're not going to give them to you. So you can't give them because you're not going to get them. So we got to make sure that we take care of the ball, get our defense set, find their two shooters, and don't give them easy baskets because they're definitely not going to give them to us.
How different does Tolbert make them in giving them a glue guy and a dirty work kind of guy that maybe they didn't have?
They had Yannick Morera, who was a really effective player, as well as the Cunningham kid. So what he does is when you lose two seniors and you don't have to sub in a freshman, you bring in a fifth-year senior who practiced with your team last year, like Tolbert, and it allows you to not miss a beat. But he's a little different than those guys in that he maybe doesn't shoot the 15-footer as well as them, but he's extremely physical and obviously averaging double figures in rebounds. So big, strong veteran guy that's been well coached his whole career, so he knows how to win. So it allows you to not have to start over and teach a kid how to play winning basketball. You can just plug one in that's 20-something years old and with college experience. So it's allowed him to not miss a beat, having Tolbert sub in there. Or replace Cunningham and Morera.
You surprised at how well Shake Milton has adjusted? Or
Don't know, never saw him. Don't recruit Oklahoma that hard. Don't really like our chances of recruiting a player from the Nike circuit in Oklahoma, where both of their teams wear Nikes. People in my world would understand what that means. And he went to a school that wears Nikes.
Is that place any more difficult to play? They have a bigger home court advantage than most other places.
I think the arena itself, the redo, is very nice. But that's not what makes a place hard to play. I think the fact that their fans are supporting their team and packing the arena, especially their students, make it a tough place to play. But ultimately, what makes a place tough to play is who you're playing against. You know, the guy coaching the other team and the guys that are playing on that team.
So it's just one more element to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And we'd all rather have that than not as coaches. But, if you ask a coach, hey, do you want to have a really good team or you want to have a really good fan following for all your home games? You can only have one. He's going to take the good team over the loud crowd, But usually that one goes with the other. You have a really good team, fans tend to follow. But when you redo an arena like the way they did with Moody, and it's make it a beautiful place where there's really not a bad seat, that tends to bring the fans. But it's not an easy place to play. They tend to like getting fired up when we walk in there too.
Especially after you beat them.
Yeah, like I said on my radio show last night, I'm sure that they're well aware of that. unfortunately, that doesn't help us this year.
You got 2 months left in the regular season, but obviously from our world, we look at it as a big RPI game. Do you
Yeah,
stress anything?
I'm not an RPI guy. I think, I'm a quality win guy,
Same thing.
which is kind of the same thing. Not really. I think our guys are well aware that if you want to play in a tournament, you got to beat some tournament teams. And our guys are well aware that we left at least a couple on the board, like in December that we could have gotten. So I think our guys understand that, but we don't talk about that. As a team, they already know that. But 2 months is an eternity right now. Right. I think from here on out, what you got to do with your team is you've got to make sure that you're able to keep their mind where you need it, because it's a long grind. What people don't realize is the eyes of the world start to turn to college basketball around now, but these kids have been going hard at it for 3 months. So as you come out of the break, is when I start to shorten practice, and because we don't have to go over things as many, we have everything in already, and it's a matter of staying sharp and getting ready to expend your energy in the game. And that's just the way I've always done it. I think you have to do it, and you got to find ways to keep your guys you got to make sure that they're having some fun, enjoying it while they're playing hard. But you can only. It's just like your employees, it's just, you got to keep guys fresh in the mind somehow. So this is kind of when I start that type of mentality in our practice plan and the way we do things. It just gets right now until March, like you alluded to, the next 2 months, you got to, as a coach, you got to keep your guys fresh and excited about what they're doing.
What makes Nick more so good?
He can shoot it in the basket. It all starts there. If you don't guard him, he's going to shoot it in. And then the second thing is he's a very smart player. He's if you're out of position, he's going to draw the foul, and he's an excellent free throw shooter. If somebody's out of position, he's going to pass it to somebody wide open. So he can shoot it in. He can get fouled. He finds the open man. He's just not very tall. But like we talked about the other day, that's why a lot of guys like him end up signing at an Illinois State, and we're all not smart enough to sign him. He reminds me a lot of Steve Logan. A lot of Steve Logan. If you don't guard him, he'll just light you up.
Plus, as you said, he's just smart.
Smart.
Steve Logan knew how to get a shot.
Knows how to get his shot off, knows how to get open, knows how to use his body. You get out of position, he'll hurt you. And you better find him at all times as well. And he's gotten older. I think when he was younger, he wasn't as wise, and he's a competitive guy, and he used to get in foul trouble a lot. Now he's smart. He doesn't give away those kind of fouls. He kind of knows that they need him to be out on the floor. He did struggle with foul trouble early in his career.